everyone, this is Jen at the West Deptford Free Public Library with our April Tween and Teen Earth Day Grab and Go Kit. We are giving you the supplies to make a pizza, or I should say the tomato, basil, and oregano seeds to grow to make sauce for a pizza. In your kit, you will get directions. You will get the recipe to make the pizza sauce and a copy of the seeds, which I have here. The front and back of the seeds, so you get all the information about the seeds. This is what your kit will look like. You're getting an egg carton, the seeds, the dirt, and the directions, and little sticks to label your seeds. This is what it'll look like. So let's get started. When you get your kit, I have removed the lid for you and this part. So you're going to be using this part. What you're going to do is you're going to need the egg carton, the soil, the seeds. The seeds will come to you like this. They're going to come labeled in baggies for you in your kit. I'm going to use the packets today. And this isn't on there, but a spoon can be helpful. Your dirt, your soil will come in a bag. And I put my soil in a bowl so it's easier, and then I'm going to use a spoon to scoop it. Once you get it all together and you start watering, you want to have a tray or something to put it on, so when the water comes through, something will catch it. You don't want this on furniture or wood without something to keep it from damaging what it's sitting on. Okay. What I'm going to do first is you're going to get 12 sticks, because you're going to plant 12 little pods. And this is safe to put in the ground. This will break down on the ground. That's why we're using this. So you're going to get 12. I already pre-labeled these. So you're going to have oregano, tomatoes, and basil. This is the base for your tomato sauce for your pizza that you can make sometime in the summer after everything grows. So you can label them however you want. I did T for tomato, so I just put T on 4 of the sticks, O on 4 of the sticks, and B on 4 of the sticks. The T for tomato, the B for basil. So I have my sticks ready to go. Just use a marker or a pen, whatever you want to use. You don't have to use the sticks. You could even label on here too as well, but I think it's easier to stick a little stick in them. Okay. Going to put the dirt in the cups. Just putting like a spoon in each. You don't need a ton of dirt. A little goes a long way. Or soil, I guess you could say. This has fertilizer in it. It was bought like that. When it comes time to water these, you don't want to drown them in water, but you want to kind of keep them somewhat moist. Like I said, you will get a copy of the seed packets, so that gives you details for each one. But these will take, you'll start to see them probably sprout in about a week to 10 days. You'll see tiny little things grow, and it's pretty exciting when they start to grow. And then you're going to want them to grow inside. You could put them on a porch. You could put them on a windowsill. If you have animals, you're going to want to keep them away from the animals, because cats and animals like that like to eat the little tops off. So, and you'll want to make sure that it's even safe for them to do that. So I would keep these out of reach of animals and small children. I'm gonna put a little bit more in this one. Okay. The oregano, I'll start with the oregano. What I found is it's easier to have like a piece of white paper out. So when you have your, see, here's your baggies, you can see all these, I don't know if you can see all these little tiny seeds. You really don't need this many seeds, but they're very, very tiny for the oregano. So you want to dump them out on a paper plate or a piece of paper so you can see. That would help you. These are super, super tiny. See how tiny they are? You're going to want to plant, you're going to want 4 sections of the egg carton for each plant. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take a few, put it on the dirt, on the soil. They're very tiny. You could do it like this too. Just kind of push your finger on it and they stick to your finger. I'm going to put more in the first 2. These only have to go very, very shallow. So I'm just kind of pushing them down, pulling dirt from the edges to cover. These only have to go 1/8 of an inch down so they don't have to go deep at all. Probably end up with a couple random seeds around when they're this tiny. These are super tiny. Now I'm going to do the tomato. You only need a couple seeds of the tomato per spot. And the tomato, I like to go 1/4 of an inch. And what I will do is, since I did the oregano, I'm going to stick these sticks in now. So remember where they are. You don't even have to put them in all 4 if you just do it like this across. Then this is my oregano row, this will be my tomato row, this will be my basil row. So I want to put a couple, I have 2 seeds in each. Just putting them on top to start. Yeah, if there's an extra, it's no big deal. Everyone should be getting 2 to 3 of each of these. I'm putting 3 because I dumped extra out, but you can put 2 or 3 depending on what you have. And can you see them? Just gonna push them down. They don't have to go far, just push them in. These are easier because they're big. See, I'm just pushing them down and covering them with the dirt from the edges. Push it down. They don't have to go deep. And now, marking my tomatoes. And then I'm going to do the basil. The basil only go 1/4 of an inch as well. The basil are tiny as well. Not quite as small as the oregano, but they're small. Look like sesame seeds. Same thing. I'm going to put a couple in each cup. I can push, well, that's not working for these, so I'm going to kind of pick them up with my nail. And then same thing, you just want to push them down a little. See, I'm pushing them down, and then bringing the dirt over top. Push them down, then bring the dirt over. I'm going to mark it. I hope if I can see it. There's a few extra basil seeds I'm going to put back in my envelope. So you could do this. You could mark on both sides if you want to. keep in mind, sometimes seeds don't grow. You might have 2 basils out of the 4 grow. You might have 3 out of the tomatoes. You might have all of them grow. You never know with nature how it's going to go. Sometimes they grow, sometimes they don't. Even once you plant them, sometimes they don't grow. I planted a huge garden last year and not everything grew, or maybe 2 of 10 things I planted grew. It's all different. Just want to water them and take care of them as much as you can and do your best and see what happens. So I'm putting it on the tray now, and I'm going to water them. I put water in a cup, it's just easier. Just putting a little water in each one. And that's where we are. So now seeds will sprout in 5 to 10 days. Some will take longer, some will take less. It could be 7 days, it could be 11 days. You start to see a little tiny plant grow. And like I said, to me that's pretty exciting. They probably will be ready in late April, early May. The rule of thumb in New Jersey is you usually wait till after Mother's Day to plant. If it's warm and stays warm, you don't want to plant when we still get frost. When we have these colder nights and there's frost on the ground, that will kill your plants. So you'll want to wait until usually after Mother's Day. We don't have any more frost. Mother's Day is in early May. So that's when I would wait to plant them until around Mother's Day, after Mother's Day. And then it tells you on the seed packets how far away to plant them. The tomatoes, you want to put them 2 feet apart. The oregano, 1 foot apart. Basil, 10 inches apart. I would do just 1 foot between the basil and the oregano. 2 feet between the tomatoes. Tomatoes get massive. My tomatoes last year were so big that I put tomato cages on them and they broke the tomato cages. That's a great thing though to use if you want to get tomato cages. You can even make them yourself. You can look online how to make them yourself out of wire. When you start the tomatoes, it's nice to have tomato cages. Even if they're little tiny plants, you put them over top and they grow into the cage and it helps support it because the stems can get heavy with the tomatoes on them. This idea for the pizza garden is courtesy of Linda DeMott at the Baldwin City Library. She nicely shared this, so I'm sharing it with you. And that's about it. I will check in with everybody in May or so. I'll post on my teen page to see how everyone's doing. And then, like I said, it'll probably be June or July before these are ready to make your pizza sauce or whatever you want with them. And it'd be great for everyone to let me know or send in pictures to the teen page or stop in, let us know how this went for you. So if you like it, we'll do it again. Thank you very much. Happy Earth Day.